Welcome to WKRP Montrose, a radio station masquerading as a podcast about Montrose, Colorado, and the Western Slope. Recording live from the Clear Network studio.
You know, there still is that like abrupt like cutaway.
Yeah.
There's the problem. Hey, listen. Hey, everybody. Welcome to WKRP Montrose. I have been away from the board for a while.
He's unplugged his brain and he forgot to plug it back in.
I did forget to plug it back in. I can't. And you know what the thing is then Rob immediately goes to the fact that I have had multiple shots to the dome.
Yep.
That have resulted in concussions. I actually did just have this conversation with our family this weekend because we were in Powderhorn skiing, which will be like the only time I ski this year, which was one day.
Did you take a tumble?
I did. I snowboard.
Now I just have it in my head. I have like a cartoon snowball with like legs sticking out as you tumble down the mountain.
It's got to look like that because I'm not a small person, and then you put all the ski gear on me.
Right.
I look like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on a snowboard.
I was thinking
it's basically what I look like.
The Michelin guy.
The Michelin guy.
You know what his name is? He's got a name.
Who cares?
Bibendum.
That's not his name.
That's your new nickname.
You didn't. You just made that up.
I promise you. That's
what is it again?
Bibendum. I know stuff.
I think you made that up.
Do you know the name of the? Do you know the Kellogg's cockerel has a name?
The Kellogg's. Can you say that online? What did you just say?
The cockerel from the Kellogg's cornflake box. He has a name. Do you know what it is?
Are you talking about the bird?
Yes, the bird.
And what did you call it?
It's a cockerel.
I don't know what that is. I have no idea what you're saying right now.
He knows what it is.
Okay.
Anyway, his name is
Cornelius.
Cornelius.
Yeah.
Cornelius. Bibendum and Cornelius. That could be us.
That's going to be a trivia question coming up. 970-316-3162.
We should host a trivia night.
Ooh. No, there's already people doing it very well.
There's a new one in town too. But I'm loyal to mine, so I'm not mentioning it. Anyway.
All right. We have a great guest today.
We do. I want to just give a shout out though, because I didn't pour my beer.
Yeah.
To Pomona. We have
cans. You know what?
We have cans today because there were no growler lids. So I hope nobody gets into trouble for giving us cans. Anyway,
but it's a beautiful can.
I opened the can on the first take, but I didn't pour it so I could do this.
Oh, here we go. Your ASMR break brought to you by Pomona Brewing. That maybe should be the piece from now on.
That's it.
I'm pretty good, aren't I?
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's all right. There we go.
Good work.
Thank you. All right. Well, we also have another sponsor, but before we talk about that sponsor, let's talk about our guest. Hey, Curtis.
Because he's been sat
there.
Yeah,
he has been for quite a while.
Peacefully.
Quite a while. Curtis Hearst, thank you for joining us. I said that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Curtis Hearst.
You're with Partners.
Right.
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
But first, we want to get to know
you,
the man behind the title.
Can we steal? So our sponsor, which is, can you give our sponsor a little point? Oh, very nice, very Vanna of you. That was very well done.
Yeah.
Clear Networks. Want to thank Clear Networks, the best internet.
Yes, and not
broadband,
and not just because they sponsor us. They are legitimately, genuinely very good.
Yes.
Great company, nice people,
fast growing.
Yeah, it helps that they give us some money for stuff because it helps make this happen.
We can introduce you to great people like Curtis.
Yeah.
Thanks to Clear Networks.
Exactly.
All right.
So thanks, Doug and the gang over at Clear
everybody
Networks.
over at Clear Networks. All right.
Yeah.
Curtis, I'm going to make this unsettling because we knew each other. We've met each other. We were just talking before the show, like trying to remember where we met. It might have been at the auto show or not the auto show. What do they call it?
It was the Black Canyon
Car Club.
Yeah, their June show.
I should know that. My father-in-law would be deeply disappointed. He's on the board of whatever the car club. But they do do a great show every summer.
Yeah.
Tons of vehicles out on Cerise Park.
Does it raise money?
Classic
cars.
Does it raise money for something though?
It does actually. So, and maybe people don't know this.
Yeah, they choose a nonprofit every year, and then they actually, I don't know how they raise a lot of money, but they raise They give away like, I don't know, I want to say $5 or $6 grand.
Yeah.
So
because I don't know how, because I've been and it is fantastic, but I don't remember having to spend a lot of money.
No, I didn't spend.
So if you, it's a free event to attend.
Right.
Right. But the people that bring their cars pay a registration fee.
That must be it. Yeah.
So they literally they pay to show off their car.
They pay to show off their car with the hopes that they get a prize. They get
okay.
They get a trophy. Right. You know.
When is it this year? Do you know?
It's usually the first week in June.
Yeah, it's early June, mid-June.
Yeah.
And they've been having it at Cerise Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, free event, go out and support it, because the more people that show up and the more people you get a chance to vote on the cars, then that makes it more interesting for other car clubs to come and join, which helps raise money because they pay the registration fees, and then those registration fees basically get directly put into a pot for the club to then designate who they want to donate it to.
Right.
June 13, 14, and 15 this year.
Hey, Black Canyon Car Club, you're welcome.
30th annual.
Yeah? This one coming up.
Yeah. And can I just say this?
Yes.
I Googled it. Mm-hmm. I mistyped, and I found that we have the Black Canyon Barbershop Chorus that are based in Delta. So
we got to get them to come on the show.
That was fortuitous, but they are coming on for sure. Hello.
Hello.
We could do that. All right. So, yes. All right.
Back to our guest. Curtis, so you were there this year accepting a donation on behalf of the Black Canyon Car Club. You were one of the nonprofits that they selected.
It was us, and it was your wife's organization.
That is correct. Shout out to a friend of the show. Faultless.
Yeah. Faultless.
Thank you, Faultless, for being a friend of the show.
Yeah.
You guys are great. They just put on a great event as well.
They did. It was great. Murder Mystery. Casino night.
So real quick though, let's talk about Partners and what Partners is. And then we're going to jump back to you, because you're, as most of us, you're not born and bred here.
No. Okay, I found my way here. It's not fascinating, but it's a good story, I suppose.
So we'll come back to it.
We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, for sure.
So why don't you give us the quick and dirty of Partners? Maybe that was the wrong word to say.
We're not dirty.
Right.
The elevator pitch.
The elevator, yeah. Partners Mentoring is a community-based youth mentoring program. So much like in a lot of larger cities, they'll have big brothers, big sisters.
Yep.
General premise is we take on volunteers who are interested in spending time with a kid who could use a positive role model, a little, healthy influence, getting out and doing things. And the kids come from us. They're referred to us from guidance counselors and from, youth serving professionals around the community. We make these matches. We manage them. We provide monthly activities. And we see that the kids, have a positive role model. And then, in turn, so it's very much a community-oriented thing. It's very grassroots. Like we are connecting neighbors with neighbors. You take on your kid and we look for common interests, things like that. And then we support them and make sure that the mentors have what they need and that the kids have what they need. And a lot of times the families have what they need. And of course, we're dealing with, families that are typically low income, typically, single-parent homes. So that's what we do there at Partners. And we've been doing it for almost 40 years.
Wow.
So
literally the conversation of it takes a village to raise, a child.
Yeah.
And in a lot of situations, particularly if they're a lower income family, both parents have to work. So it's not necessarily all single parent households, I guess.
Yeah.
But you have 42 kids that are currently looking for partners. Is that correct?
In Montrose, yeah, at least, so we serve Delta, Montrose, and Ouray counties. Okay. We're the biggest in Montrose because it's the population hub. I'd say we have about 40, maybe 50 kids that are waiting for mentors. And some of that's, that demonstrates the need. It's also by design. So if, Rob, you came on to be a mentor and you like to do X, Y, and Z, we weren't going to match you with a kid who, all he wants to do is play video games. Although all kids just want to play video games for some reason. Right. So hopefully we'll talk you into trying some video games or whatever. We'll set you up with somebody who you can get along with. Right. And that's close. We're not going to match you with a kid in Delta. So by design, we have these kids waiting. And in the meantime, while they're waiting, we're providing all kinds of services for them, from education, life skill lessons, cooking classes, auto mechanics classes. And then we're taking them rafting in the summers. We're keeping them busy while we look for the right volunteer to match them with.
So you'll take groups rafting, for example, or
yeah. And every month we have a different activity, and we try to do stuff that, like I said, these are low-income families that don't have access to a lot of things that, I mean, there's so many great things around here, but there's a lot of people who don't. You know, we have kids that are in middle school that have never been to the Black Canyon. Like, you can see it from here.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we try to keep them engaged with things that they probably don't have access to.
And do you partner with other organizations then? You talked about like auto, mechanic classes and things like that.
Yeah,
where do you do that? Do you do it at the high school or?
We'll find a mechanic that wants to be involved and put up these one-time pop-up things. But a lot of what we do just comes from community members who have just a little bit of extra time to give up to better their community, and it's fun. It's not like, there's some tough stories sometimes with some of the kids, but for the most part, we exist to give kids a good, healthy, positive experience, and that means a fun experience.
Right.
So
you said you've got around 40 kids waiting. How many do you actually have that are partnered up right now?
65.
And that's across the 3 counties?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The majority are in Montrose, and we do have a few. We have all kinds of little side projects. We have tutoring, so we have 3 days a week we have tutoring classes at our office. We have a new school-based mentoring program where we have 3 staff now that are working within the Montrose County School District, mentoring about 30 kids that are enrolled, and that all happens in school. So, but the community-based mentoring is that's what we've been around here for 40 years doing, and that's like one of those things that it worked 40 years ago and it works now.
Right. Yeah, I have a couple of friends that have done it. I don't know if they're still doing it right now, but I know some people who've done it. I can imagine it's really, I can imagine it's tough at times, but I can imagine it's also quite rewarding as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I understand that, and I want to get back to Curtis and how Curtis got to Montrose and everything else.
Yeah, we went off on that.
But I do understand that one of the easiest ways to kind of get involved, because it can be intimidating, like if you're first time trying to understand what it means to be a mentor or to spend time with a youth. But I understand like the activities are a great way to kind of like get started, like come volunteer for some of the activities.
Yeah, we take on activity volunteers. And then, we take on activity volunteers with the idea that they're going to find a kid they like and match up with them. Right. But it's only big and intimidating because it's real.
Right.
Like we're creating real relationships, not, it's not nothing against the food bank, but you're not standing down there for a couple hours doing whatever task you're assigned to do. You literally are developing a relationship with a kid and their parents. And
well, you also have the opportunity to have a profound impact on the life of a young person. I mean, they're depending. I mean, how old are we talking actually? What's the threshold?
We on paper we serve kids 6 to 17, but middle school is kind of our wheelhouse. Upper elementary,
but these are impressionable. At that age, they're open to things, but they're also impressionable. So it's a big responsibility, right?
It is a big responsibility, but like I said, it's not what the kids need. Is not, we're not taking on kids. We have some kids that have been, in trouble a little bit, as kids might do, or, are experimenting with things they shouldn't be. But for the most part, we're just showing them good experiences. And, and role modeling is as easy as, you sit down with your family every night for dinner. Right. Well, these kids, they might not have that. Like for you to sit down and have dinner at the table and, a shared experience where people cook and clean and everyone chips in, that might be new for them. Right. So at least not something they do every day.
Yeah.
You're over there. I mean, just waiting for you to volunteer.
Yeah.
As someone who has openly expressed the fact that you don't ever want to have kids. But you going to mentor a kid?
I mean, it sounds like a big responsibility in all honesty. Especially because here's the other thing. I'm sure from your perspective, what you don't want is for people to say, oh yeah, I'm all gung-ho about this and sign up and then realize, ooh, this isn't for me.
Do 2 weeks and then drop out.
These are kids who've already been burned. I mean, a lot of times, like consistency is key.
Right,
but you're not picking them up every day at school.
No.
We're looking for about 12 hours a month. So, on research was showing the consistency is important. So whether that's 3 hours a week or whether that's a full Saturday once a month and a little, here and there.
Is there another commitment in terms of when you sign up, how long are you expected or ideally would you like people to commit to?
1 year.
Okay.
And it goes by quick.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
We're
All
going
right,
to revisit this at the end, and we'll
we're-
give people all
Rob's
the.
thinking.
We'll give
I can
people
see
all
you
the.
in
Yeah,
your mind.
I'm thinking of a couple of people I'm going to send some info to. Let's put it that way. But
I mean, don't. I know he's got the Run Club people in mind right off the bat. I can just see it in his face.
I know all the other people with no kids and cats.
Okay,
I can.
that's true. You
I'll-
do
I'll-
know. You
I'll-
do.
I'll push it to them.
All right, so you're from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, grew up in south of Erie, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Do you support that rubbish NFL team they have out there?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh,
I
which
am
team though?
the Pittsburgh Steelers.
There you go. That's right, baby.
I thought so.
No, I'm.
This is Broncos country, you two. How dare you?
I mean,
I
Get
can't
outta
let
here.
that go. I've let a lot of things go
Yeah.
from the East Coast, but I'm going to be a Pittsburgh fan. That's all there is to it.
there we go. And
All
Bronco fans will appreciate that you're just not like flip flopping depending on where you're at.
I don't think they like you.
I think they like
I
us
went
just
to
fine.
I went to a Broncos game this year.
Yeah.
The Steelers were playing.
Yeah. Who won?
Oh,
The Steelers won.
the Steelers won. I'll laugh because
Point out these people when you see them in town.
Yeah.
These are not us. They're not one of us. All right.
I'll laugh because I'm pretty sure I've got this right. Our last, the start of our playoff drought was Tebow and that ludicrous win by the Broncos in the playoff, and that has started our playoff drought since then.
All right. This is not an NFL podcast.
Okay, you're right. It's not. So, how did you make your way to Montrose from Pennsylvania?
Yeah. So I grew up hunting, fishing, and skiing. Those were things that were important to me.
East
And
Coast skiing.
East Coast skiing.
All right. Is that really skiing?
It
though?
was well. Sometimes you have to wear a poncho,
Yeah.
but you're still the concept's the same.
So it's skis, but on ice.
Yeah.
I gather out there.
Yeah.
Not so much snow. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
There's some other variables, and there's not much snow and there's not much mountain. But so those are the things I wanted to do, and I rolled the dice. I'd never been to Gunnison, Colorado, but there was a college there, and I found it online, and I
Did
went
you
for
Google like coldest colleges in the world?
it. No.
Is that what it was? And-
I found out that you could study like recreation, which turns out is I mean,
A big
I guess
deal.
People make it work, but
right.
I soon found out like that seems bizarre.
It's not a real thing.
So I was like, where could I study recreation? And I'll get to my recreation in a bit, but that's how I found it.
All right.
And so rolled the dice and went to Gunnison, and it had everything I wanted. So I did. I guess I graduated in 4.5 years, so I didn't do too bad there. I was a fishing guide throughout my college career, and then for years after that. So I did like 10, 12 years as a fly fishing guide in Gunnison. Traveled a little bit, did some guiding in Argentina.
Cool.
And then the other things I said, skiing, hunting, got to do all that. So and then I also, another very fortunate thing happened at Western State. I met my wife who grew up here in Montrose, Colorado. And,
Oh, she's a native.
she's a native. So
Oh,
that's how
wow.
I got to Montrose.
Okay.
was I married a Montrose girl.
Okay.
So, yeah, it all worked out, and I didn't want to leave Gunnison. This was like, I had already gone to grad school at that point, back east, actually, and she went to nursing school, and it was like that time, like, because I'm 40, so it was like the time there were no jobs. So, but I didn't want to leave Gunnison. My heels were in the sand. And my first summer in Montrose, it was so hot, I was like, this is definitely not going to work. But that was 15 years ago.
Right.
So I've been in Montrose for a while, and have kids and stuff now. So having our family around obviously is crucial.
Yep.
So you've got two, right? Two kids?
Two boys. Yep.
Okay. And you're the executive director at Partners.
Yes.
Is that a full-time position for you?
That's full time. That's more than full time.
Right. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can relate as having, as we mentioned before, Nicole with Faultless, that the time commitment that you have to put into that is amazing. I stopped coaching basketball. I coached the high school team up in Telluride for quite a while when my daughter was born, because the time investment that I knew that I had to make for all the kids that were part of my team. Mm-hmm. And I felt like if I kept doing that, I wasn't going to be good enough at separating and making sure I spent the time with my daughter and then gave the equivalent amount of time that I knew that I needed to for the kids that I was coaching.
Yeah.
do you ever, is that ever a concern? Like, how do you balance that kind of like that work life? Because these are a lot of relationships with a lot of kids that you're trying to find, partners for. But at the same time, you've got two of your own back at home that you're trying to take care of.
Well, here's what I tried to do. I've tried to just to grow the organization and bring on more staff, but turns out that's a lot more work for me. So I've got an incredible staff right now, but there's 10 of us, and that's a lot of people asking you questions every day.
Right.
So it takes time, but I'll be honest. There's the weeks that I work 55 hours, and there's the weeks that I work 30, and I go hang out with my kids.
Right.
So, and I mean, like you were alluding to, that's all the hobbies and opportunities to do things that are out here. And I'm out here because of hobbies.
Right.
And I still have my kids, and I counted my hobbies. I think there's like 11 that I love to do. In fact, last night I was on the ice rink in Grand Junction until about 10:30 playing hockey.
Oh, I thought you were going to say figure skating.
No. I was going to ask him about this. So you're in a hockey league in Grand Junction.
We have our team. This is no one in Montrose might know about this, but we are the Montroses.
The Montroses.
That's our hockey team. We're all from Montrose, so we play in the Grand Junction League. We're the Montroses. And we won the semifinal last night. So next Sunday, if anyone's in Junction at 9 o'clock at night next Sunday, we'll be playing in the championship.
All right.
Who against?
It's some team called the Jackwagons. I don't know.
Where are they from?
They're from Grand Junction. Everyone else is from Grand Junction. We're the only people who pile in minivans at 8 o'clock at night on Wednesdays and go to Grand Junction.
Is that something that's missing from Montrose that we should have? Should we have an ice rink?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I really think the town could support it. It's brought up, occasionally, maybe because it's the crowd I run with, but yeah, I mean that ice rink in Junction's always busy, and it's not, Montrose obviously isn't a hockey town,
right? Well, we don't know. You don't know that.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because all the communities around us have one.
Right.
So like Ridgeway has one, Telluride has one,
Gunnison
has one, Grand Junction has one.
It's Colorado. It feels weird to not have one.
Yeah, the adult hockey leagues. I mean, just the open skates for people. I think having another opportunity for kids to do. Yeah. I mean, all the sports are, you have soccer, baseball, and I mean, until you get into high school, that's kind of what you have for kids.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's a great idea. I think that we should. The indoor soccer people don't need indoor soccer. They can play soccer outside. That would be a great ice skating rink.
He's aiming that barb directly at me. Soccer is the world's most popular sport. So let's pick on one of the other rubbish ones.
Okay.
Pick another one of your American sports. We get rid of that.
River rafting.
I'll take ice hockey. Ice hockey.
River rafting.
Ice hockey is my favorite North American sport.
I know.
Easily. And the Avs are great.
So you're more than happy to give up that rink.
No.
So that we can have an ice skating rink.
Give up a skate park or something. I'd be okay with that. We should do that. Do you know Mike Prouty?
No.
Mike plays ice hockey too.
Okay.
He used to live here. Now he lives in Durango.
He's not on the Montroses.
I guess.
We just got our new uniforms though. They're sweet. That's our sweater's got a big rose on it. We're the only team that I know of that has a flower on their jersey. So it's pretty cool.
Is that meant to intimidate? Like, hey, you just got beat by the guys with flowers on their jerseys?
Uh-huh. Do you have like a Facebook page or a website people can go to keep track of what you're doing?
No, you could.
Nothing?
You could. The River City Sportsplex website would have our stats and data.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's all Grand Junction, folks. We just happen to have.
Oh, wouldn't it be great? You said this coming Sunday?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be great if we could go up there and
organize
steal it from right under their stupid Grand Junction noses?
So, like, organize a group of fans to get out there and just hey.
Let's do it. I'll do it.
When was it? 9 o'clock?
This Sunday, yeah.
This Sunday.
8:45 on Sunday the 30th.
You don't have anything better to do on a Sunday.
If only we had access to a van.
Oh. I think I know where I can get one.
Me too. Where?
Have you ever heard of this little company called Montrose Rental Cars?
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, you can rent really good quality Subarus from them.
You can.
Yeah, go to rentalcarmontrose.com. They also have a van that we can borrow if we want to.
I think we could make that happen.
We might think about doing that.
All right. Well, speaking of athletes, you're not the only athlete in your family.
Okay.
Okay. So I told you I stalked you. So we
He's found one photo and extrapolated a story
No.
from it.
Did your wife used to do roller derby?
Roller derby, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Wait, that was our life actually for a little while. Like,
Okay.
I mean, we traveled all around the West going to roller derby.
The reason why I asked is because the roller derby actually used to be a really big thing in this community, and they did have a team that traveled all over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they used
It
to
was-
play at the fairgrounds, right? They used to play. I don't know how you call it. They did it
they
at the fair.
practiced
They
there.
practiced there.
Had
Yeah.
they had some bouts. They're not called tournaments or games.
Bouts.
They're called bouts.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had a good team, and they.
Did your wife play on that team? Mm-hmm. What was her roller derby name?
Her name was why am I? Hold on, it'll come to me in a second.
I was going to say we'll edit this out, but we won't. We'll just send it to your wife.
We need to put some music over
She
it.
just asked if this was live. I was like, I'm just totally drawing a blank on that. It's funny too because she's actually going on a raft trip. She's getting ready right now with a bunch of her roller derby friends.
Yeah.
Who they've all kind of aged out. I mean, but
So
I don't know if you should have said that.
that I was just about to tell people that when you watch this episode, make sure that you comment with the name.
How old is too old, Curtis?
Right, yeah.
That's the question.
that is a good question.
I wouldn't answer it if I were you.
I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you an out here because we've covered most of it. You've got. We'll go back to the partners because you've got an online auction coming up,
Yeah, I do. I would like to talk about that.
and you've got over 400 items in the auction.
Yeah,
That's a lot of items.
It'll be 500. We always
Okay.
we aim higher than what we plan on. So,
Okay.
No, it's incredible. I mean, it's like
What are the items range from in 400 items soon to be
mean,
500?
we have everything. We have like vacation packages with hotel stays. We have sporting goods. We have, I mean, tons of gift cards. There's gift cards for any place you can imagine around town. But it's not all local. I mean, let's see, I spent my morning putting in items into the website. Soils. We have gift certificates to restaurants all over the place. We have
How much soil?
Like a truckload, like topsoil, right?
yeah, like specialized compost. And we do have gravel's another one.
You know you're in Western
We get
Colorado.
a lot of gravel.
You do?
If we
It's
just had an
expensive,
auction
right?
with just gravel, we
Yeah.
would be we wouldn't have to. I could stop writing grants.
Right.
It'd be great. So yeah, there's gonna be something for everyone.
So is it an annual thing? Is this one of the bigger things you do to raise money?
This is year 36
Wow.
on the auction, and it used to be it actually used to be on TV with when they had a TV station here in town. And then I think the TV station burnt down. This was before I was here, right? Do you anyone know that?
No,
I think
well,
was-
I don't know about it burning down, but I know that we used to have one.
it's not here anymore.
Yeah.
When is it? Is it a live auction?
It's online. It's April 21st to
Okay.
April 24th. So then it was on radio, and
Yeah.
you guys probably lots of people remember like the radio auctions where you call in and they're talking about the things. And then we rolled the dice and moved it online. I don't know, 9 years ago. And so it's all so you can. All the items every day from the 21st to the 24th. So that's Monday through Thursday.
Right.
Every night at 8:00, items start closing.
Okay.
And so, I mean, you can sit there in your pajamas and bid on things, and but you can bid throughout the day too, right? So
can you look at the items now?
I have a lot of items to get on there, but yeah, over the next couple of weeks, you'll
Okay.
be able to see. You'll see every day there'll be more and more items on there, and there will be close to 500 items.
So this brings up a topic you and I have been talking about, Rob.
Yeah, it does.
We've been considering a telethon with WKRP.
Like an old school, phone in and entertainment. I don't know. Maybe we'd do something at the pavilion, and we have. Yeah, this.
But we
exact
thought about the idea. The concept was we would do an invitation to each of you to come on and be the DJs for like an hour or 2 hours and take donations, and then we would find partners to match the donations that you can raise during that time.
So
period.
he's talking about like non-profits.
That would be incredible
as a way to showcase all of the non-profits. But
Yes.
if we gave them an hour,
Right.
it would take us like 3 months to get through all the non-profits we have in this area.
Well,
because we have a lot.
Right.
How about 10 minutes? You pitch your organization, we'll do something. But we want to. Do you think that would be?
I think you
a
would.
good idea.
I don't know. You guys probably track your viewership, but I think you guys would blow it out of the park. It would help everybody. You
Yeah.
guys
I
would
hope
have
so,
way more viewers or listeners or whatever you call it. we would have some money.
Hey, we have quite a few already. Thanks, Curtis. But
I don't
He
know.
wasn't.
I don't
He
know
wasn't
how many.
knocking us. He was giving us credit.
I mentioned to you guys that I watched most of the episodes.
yeah, you
so-
might be our biggest fan.
No,
How does
I
that
don't
feel?
know. I
no.
don't think so.
One of the Clear Networks
People.
staff
Yeah.
is definitely.
Oh, that's true.
I'm going to give him the credit.
But yes,
Yeah.
that's something that we talked about recently, and I think we're going to do it. We're going to do it sometime this year.
Yeah.
Give all the.
I'm looking
nonprofits a
forward to it.
showcase.
I think it would be
Yeah.
fun because I think the idea is that we want to do part of it. We want to do part of it live somewhere, and then also like from the studio, like start it from the studio, but then also extend it out.
Yeah.
Kind of like towards the end of it, whatever, live somewhere, type
That
of thing.
sounds
So
cool.
I thought,
So yeah,
thought it would be fun.
We'll get.
What a great way
you
to
involved in
workshop the idea.
I know.
was with a nonprofit sitting on
And
the.
you know what? People who watch this know that we don't plan this stuff. We're not clever enough to segue that in
No.
to this conversation.
No, no. You already know that I have to redo most of the episodes
exactly.
to start them.
So will people be able to see this on Facebook and the website, or what's the best
Yeah.
way for people to look at the items eventually?
If you could, it's so we use a third party to host the website. So
Right.
but if you go to our website, there's the first thing you'll see is a link to go to the auction. If you go find us on Facebook, it'll be on there. If you scroll down a little bit, I'm sure.
What's the actual website address?
It's partners-west.org.
Okay.
So if you're looking for us online, and there's actually several partners affiliates across the state. So Mesa County Partners,
Right.
We all operate independently, but we are affiliated with them. So
Right.
if you Google partners, I mean, I guess if you're local, they'll probably find
Yeah,
you
yeah,
here.
I tell you what, when you watch this episode, in the description, we'll
Yeah.
put a link to
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
so you
yeah.
can go
There
there.
you
You go and do it that way.
And your Partners
Partners
West.
West is how to find us.
Right. Yeah, we'll definitely put a link to that. It sounds. What's the best item you have? You think?
The best
or,
item.
I don't know. Best from your perspective,
Well,
or perhaps the most valuable.
No, no,
Let's
no.
Just
I'm going to ask the same question a different way. Is an item on there a guided raft trip with Mr. Curtis Hearst?
My guiding days are a bit behind me. I've got the kids that I take down
Yeah.
now.
What about ice hockey lessons?
ice hockey
Fly
lessons?
fishing lessons.
Fly fishing
Yeah.
lessons. What are you doing,
I think
Curtis? Are you
they're-
actually giving anything to this thing?
I'm dedicating my. I'm giving some skin and blood for sure. No, there are some raft trips on there. For
Oh, there?
sure. There's
Okay.
definitely raft trips. There's some rafts that you could rent a raft from this company Gunnison River Pro and do your own trip, which is
Okay.
already cool.
What if we have individuals and businesses out there in Montrose watching this, thinking, "I have something I'd like to give to the auction."
Have them call us.
Yep.
Yeah.
What number would that be, Curtis? Do you want to?
249-1116 is
All right.
the office number, and that's again Partners West, and you'll find all our information online. But we would love new ideas, more items, and I mean I think we do a lot for the businesses that support us because we have close to 1,500 registered bidders, and that's not counting the people who are perusing to see if they want to
Right.
participate. And there are opportunities to get a steal, especially if there's like something. I mean, we have some things like some artwork that doesn't lend itself well to an online auction, but
Right.
I mean, if it's a $100 gift card to the Bridges, it's probably going to go for $100.
Right.
We have some great supporters that are willing to fork that out. But so there's deals to be had. There's lots of people looking, and it's fun. Like at 8:00 when everything's closing, and we
Yeah.
stagger it so it doesn't all close at once.
Right.
So you kind of you highlight your items and you just watch it, and
Yeah.
because we all sit in the office and just watch. I mean, it's the money coming in,
Right.
so we're rooting, cheering people on,
Right.
texting our friends to keep bidding. But it's a good time.
I think some kind of live stream of these guys in the office watching the money roll in could be fun.
Or we could do a live stream episode where we're pushing where you and I are
Yeah.
pre-selling the products.
Yeah, well, I mean, like 10 minutes left to bid on this item.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, right? We could do something like that. That might
Yeah.
be fun
That'd be cool.
to try and persuade people to spend some more money.
Okay, so you came here from Pennsylvania to go to school.
Yeah,
Hey, one more question. Do you know Mike Marinkovich?
I absolutely know him. He's from the county in Pennsylvania
Right.
next to me.
Yeah, I love Mike.
I was out there in January this year.
Did
and,
you see him?
No,
Oh.
we were trying to make plans to get together, but
Yeah,
it didn't
me
work
too.
out.
I keep making plans. Mike is, well, to the people who know him, that's Ranger Mike. I'm sure you've met him. You met Ranger Mike?
I
He
have
was a
not.
Ranger at the Black Canyon. Mike's
Okay.
the only other guy I know from in Montrose from Pennsylvania. but he's back there now. So
Yeah.
But yeah.
he's-
Did he move
I
back?
talked
He
to him
moved
probably
back.
once. I talked to him once every 6 months. But he was like the greatest volunteer for us. I mean, he mentored kids, but he
yeah.
also he's like, hey, I'm taking kids up like on some crazy backcountry excursion.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, does anyone want to go?
just a great human being.
Yeah,
Mike,
absolutely.
we love you, buddy. I miss you.
Yeah.
He's promised me that one day he might end up back in this part of the country.
He's mentioned it to me before. He said that this summer he might come out.
Yeah, he
That's
told
what
me
he
the same
told me.
thing too.
Yeah.
You're being called out, Mike. I'm gonna
Yeah,
send
hear
him.
that,
I'm
Mike?
gonna send him this clip.
Bring Mike back.
Yeah.
Bring Mike back to Montrose. All right.
Go on. What were you saying?
Well, I was going to ask. So, what's the post being in Montrose now? So, you said you've been here 15 years. You weren't sure when you got here if you were going to stick around, but does family keep you here? Is your wife's family here?
Yeah. Yes, my wife's family's here.
Okay, because that gets hard, right? When you've got two kids growing up
kids,
and you got
it's-
grandma and grandpa around.
It's
And
nice to have the supports, and I think those Montrose kids, just like they all left, and then they all kind of trickle back in.
Right.
Because my wife, she's like, we got here and she didn't know anybody anymore. And
Right.
I was actually, my first job was with the newspaper, so I was meeting all kinds of people, and she didn't know. But then over the years, all these people who grew up in Montrose trickle back in.
Yeah.
So
I think
we've
that's
got a
going to
great
continue
network.
because
Yeah.
as Montrose gets better, and things come here that make this place more appealing. I think we're going to see a lot more people coming back if they can.
Yeah, and once we get the hockey rink, it'll be crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Once we kick the
Where
soccer,
would you put it? No, seriously, we can make this happen.
I'm telling you, the easiest thing is we
that's
can
not-
move the indoor soccer
That's
field.
not the easiest thing, is it?
Yeah, it's
Where would
totally
you-
the
be
easiest
quiet.
thing.
Where
The
would you-
indoor
where-
soccer field wasn't even an indoor soccer field to begin with, so
Right.
it just happens
Don't
happens
do
to be
this.
that way.
Don't-
And my wife
don't-
plays
don't-
indoor soccer, so
She does?
yeah,
And like the co-ed league?
yes.
What team was she on?
I don't remember, but I do remember her roller derby name was Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Okay, there we go.
So
I like it.
All right.
it was like her. And,
I play.
'Cause that's the-
I
should-
play.
should-
That's the point. I play indoor co-ed soccer. I might have played against
I'm
your
sure
wife.
you played against her. I'm trying to think who else. Lori Sharp, who helps us out. is a
Okay, I know- we
nonprofit.
know Lori,
They were on
friend
a
of the
team,
show.
They were on a team together.
All right. I mean, it's a small world. That's why
Yeah.
I love Montrose. I think that's why we all like it, right?
Right.
It's a small world, and I want a hockey rink here now. And I got friends from Minnesota here and Michigan, and I know that those people would back this too. How much
Oh,
do we
you're
need to
getting a hockey
raise?
Oh.
A couple of $1 million?
Yeah.
It's
they're
the
not-
refrigeration stuff that costs the money.
What about the
it's not
city
the building.
manager? He's a friend of the show.
That's true. He
Police
is a friend.
chief, he's a friend of the show. These are influential people. Come on, a couple of $1 million.
Are you calling out Bill Bell to figure out
I'm
how
not
to?
calling somebody out. I'm just
Oh,
saying
okay.
if there's some money going
I
spare,
think
we
it's,
could do with
I
a
think
hockey
it's
rink.
I mean, the Grand Junction rink's trying to expand because there's too much. I mean, we have to play. Like I mentioned, the games at 9:00. Well, we have games at 10:30 because that's the only time you can get on because they have kids leagues, they have open skates, they have adult curling.
Okay.
They have
Adult
all these.
curling. I would love to play
They have all
curling.
these things in the B League hockey players. The adults they get the 10:30 slot.
Right.
So
Okay, hockey fans. I mean, look, Grand
Let's make
Junction
this
has
happen.
one. If it's good enough for them, we can have one too.
But we should have it better.
I'm telling you, what about some of that big fancy money in Telluride? If you like hockey, then
Well,
they only have to come to Montrose.
They built a big fancy rink up there in
They have
Telluride.
one?
Oh yeah.
yeah, they have their
indoor.
own.
Is it indoor?
Uh huh.
Stupid Telluride.
I know.
We need one now. We can't have them and Junction have one. What are we? Like the weird step kid of the family that we don't have a hockey rink?
I'm sorry. I brought this up and got him
I
all
know,
riled
I'm
up.
glad you're around.
Yeah.
There's like been petitions and things to do it, but no one's stepping forward with $1 million.
So
to
Norwood
get
has a
started.
hockey rink.
Outrageous. They
It's
have nothing
outdoor.
else.
It's an
Do they
outdoor.
even-
It's an outdoor.
Do they
hockey
even
rink.
have like stores and things in Norwood?
Yes, they do. Don't knock the people in Norwood. I'm just saying.
It's not the people. I'm just saying. It's in the middle of nowhere and they have a hockey rink.
We don't have a hockey
Who
rink.
do you know? Who's wealthy in this town?
Who do I know that's wealthy enough to help
I
build
mean,
a
you
hockey
might-
rink?
I don't know if you want to call them out. I will. Tell me who they are. Or we'll talk about it later.
I think if you wanted an advocate to try to figure it out,
Yeah.
The person that I would go to first
Yeah.
is probably Scott Stryker. That's who I would go to first.
I'm going to send an email right now.
Okay. Okay, there it goes.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're at that time to start wrapping it up, and I don't feel like we got to know you nearly as well as we should have.
No, it's been good.
But is there? I know something. We try to finish most of the episodes with something that either you like, you want to see happen, or you don't like
You
in
can
Montrose.
say, don't say hockey rink now because that's happening.
Right,
already.
that's true. We're
Something else.
working on that.
Give a couple of shout outs to Montrose.
Well,
What
here's
do you?
a couple things that I want to. First of all, back to partners.
Yeah.
One thing I do want to let people know, and this, if they're not going to fund the hockey rink and they want to do something with their money, we're in the very early stages of. I don't know. So our office is on South 7th Street. It's a Victorian house, and it was built in 1890, and it feels like that inside. So we're in the very early stages of trying to start raising some money to replace that building. We've got some plans in mind. Actually, that's what we've been working with Lori on, and so that's something that people will be seeing down the pipeline here about partners.
I was going to say you're going to make. I can't say, nah. Let's focus on the hockey rink because that makes me look like a terrible person.
I want both. I want both.
But it would be true.
Let's get both.
It would be true to character.
How about this? We build a hockey rink with office space, and we'll house it with non-profits.
Yeah. No.
Well, I don't know. I'm trying to.
I like how you're thinking.
Figure out a way to make this happen. What about the Avs? Why don't the Avalanche fund it?
Now that would be a good
some
thing.
kind of feeder club.
This has gone off the rails.
The next Wayne Gretzky might have been born in Montrose Hospital today.
So you're thinking like
But
farm
that kid
leagues.
will never know hockey unless we have a hockey rink. Colorado Avalanche, you really want to screw this kid's life up? This Gretzky kid?
Yeah, well, there's never going to be a famous hockey player if they don't have ice and to skate on when they're 5 years old.
Exactly. That's exactly
something we're missing down the road.
Oh.
So what was your question going to be? What is something?
It was going to be what is something that you like, or something that you'd like to see changed, or like what's one of your favorite things to do in Montrose that maybe people don't know about. Or you can. I'll give you the last option, or you can do a challenge to get somebody else to come sit in the seat for WKRP. Somebody else that's in the community that you haven't seen in the show.
I'm happy to get on the challenge of getting someone in there. I'm trying to think of what I'm into. Everything. Like I said, I play golf, I ski, I hunt, I fish. You name it, I do it, and it's all right here. The thing that I don't like, that I loved about Gunnison, is that I could raft kind of out my back door. But I still can here. But it's, the mountains are just a little further away than what they are in Gunnison. But, nothing that you can't get to in 20 minutes even.
Exactly.
I cross country ski a lot. And this year's been this year's been so-so because I like to, that first turn on Davewood, I like to just there at the forest boundary, ski there with my dog. Yeah. This year you had to go all the way up to the top.
Right.
But yeah, I ski a lot. It's just, everything's right here. And that's what I like. I wish it was just a little bit closer.
Well, I can't move the mountains.
I know.
I mean, I can move mountains, but I can't literally move mountains. So I'll have to work on that one.
I mean, so what I'm hearing is you're pretty content.
Yeah,
it's not a bad place to be.
That'll
Montrose has grown on you in 15 years.
Yes, yeah. The summers still get a little too hot, but
I'm telling you wait till that hockey rink opens.
Global warming. We'll work on that too while we're at it. We've got a lot of problems to fix.
We'll fix
Rob,
them one
this episode, Curtis, this episode basically ended up with a lot more work than I had before you sat down. So
a lot more work. Well,
I mean, we need to find more people to volunteer.
Oh, yeah.
We need to fix a hockey rink. I got to move mountains. I got to bring the temperature down.
We got to build a new building for them.
Got to build a new building.
I thought you were talking about the audio technical problems.
No, not at all. You've been fantastic. You sound great. So, well, I appreciate you coming and taking the time to sit on the really nice couch. You guys make sure that we'll put some links in the episode description.
Yep.
Make sure that you take some time. You got time. At least go out and volunteer for the activities. Be a mentor to a kid. It takes a village to help make Montrose better, for sure. By being available to some of our younger counterparts. Rob, I'm just saying.
Are you calling me one of the younger counterparts?
No,
I'm your younger counterpart.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a little stigma, not really stigma, but there's no age. We have mentors that are 80 years old that are incredible. Yeah. We have mentors that are 18 years old that we are lucky our insurance lets us keep on, but but we're good. It's for everybody, but we'd be happy. I mean, my staff will take you out for coffee, whatever you want to do, and to learn more about the program, just look us up and give us a call.
I know you guys are doing great things because I know there's been a lot of kids I was one of them that didn't have opportunities for like your parents to be around a lot. And so just to have somebody, there were a lot of great people in my life that were older mentors that kind of kept their eye on me and kept me pointed in the right direction and helped me see the benefits of like what I could do if I focused myself. So I'm a product of like big brothers, big sisters, and mentorship for sure. So
Great.
I appreciate all the work that you guys are doing, and thanks for joining us, Curtis.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
All right,
thanks.
guys. It's another episode of WKRP Montrose. Don't forget to subscribe on the channel, and if you're watching it on YouTube, click like. All of those things make sure that help us get more great guests on the couch and more opportunities to introduce you to new people. So make
Go
sure
to
you do
Clear
that.
Networks. Buy beer from Pomona.
There you go.
All that stuff too.
All right. Have a great day, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.